Hi, I'm Grace Espindola and I'm Yuba City Council. COVID is a big issue for us. I believe that when COVID started, there was so much information that it was hard for people to discover and understand which pieces of information felt real to them, felt honest, felt reliable. When we're talking about community members that are perhaps having language issues or struggling day to day and try to decipher if this is real or not real, and the truth is that COVID is real. Then there's an aspect when it becomes even more real when someone in your own family gets infected, and that someone in your family is someone that you truly loved and hoped to see them this Christmas, this Thanksgiving, and I won't be able to do that. Even within my own family, there were struggles, and there continues to be struggles, and recognizing COVID as a real virus and different from the flu, and understanding those differences. And I've had deep conversations within my own immediate family and extended family. And when the virus started coming in closer within my extended family, and in that several were infected, and 3 of my extended family have died from COVID. And I think even saying that, even within my own family, there still is question, is COVID real sometimes? And what I often say to people who ask me if I think COVID is real, and I say very clear and matter of fact, yes. And the reason is that these family members would have been alive if COVID wasn't around. Each one has a different circumstances and how they ended up getting infected. But I'll share the story of my cousin Sergio Espindola. It's hard for me. I have to take a deep breath to let it kind of sink in, because Thanksgiving is Thursday. And Thanksgiving within our family, like many families, was a time to really come together. And Sergio Espindola and all his brothers and one sister, they lived in Modesto, and we lived in Colusa. Even though there was distance, there was always a lot of family and coming together during the holidays in particular. And we would sometimes travel down to Modesto or the little town of Keys and spend a few days and be with family. And we had so many wonderful memories together. The cooking of the turkey, the making of the tamales. Oh, we had so many tamales. And just the sheer joy of being together as family, and music and laughter and different points of views and opinions. We all have strong opinions in the Espindola family. When his mother passed away, she had been sick for many years, and finally multiple issues compounded her illness, and she died in August of this year. Mi tia Cuca. She always had such life in her, and such just always brought us together, always a smile. And Sergio was a lot like his mom. And when she passed away in August, it was hard on all of us. It was particularly hard on my mother because they were really good friends. Besides sharing the family, They were great friends. And we had to make a hard decision not to go to the funeral. And that was probably one of the few funerals in a family that my immediate family did not go to. We watched it on Facebook. I asked Sergio's sister to if someone in the family can record it. So remembering back in August, people were stay 6 feet apart, wear your mask, and so on. I was truly saddened to see that many of my family members or who attended did not do that all the way across as asked. Well, then they did the funeral, did the ceremony. They had a meal afterwards with multiple family members and friends. Many became affected. There were over 50 of my family members that were infected from going to this funeral. Approximately 10 were really sick. One ended up in the hospital, and that was Sergio. Sergio was 54. He was in ICU in the hospital for over 4 weeks. The last time he and I texted each other was on September 9th. I would text him every day to ask him how he was doing. And he would send me icons with emojis or whatever they call them, with the barf. He couldn't breathe. Finally, the day that he could no longer breathe, his family was able to say goodbye to him the day before. We really thought he was going to pull through. He fought hard. It was devastating to know that one of my best cousins died of COVID. And I could not go to his funeral as well. And it breaks my heart every time I think about it. Sergio had a wonderful, wonderful aspect of him. He was kind, he was sincere. He was the kind of person, he either liked you or he didn't. So thankfully he liked me. And I was in his wedding. We went to his daughter's quinceañera, which is celebrated for the 15th. We went to the baptisms. We went to every important aspect of parties that he had or celebrations. And I didn't go to his funeral. I'm telling you, COVID is real. Sergio is no longer here. And many others in my family have been infected by COVID. Take care of yourself. Take care of your family. Believe me, I wouldn't be saying this unless I knew that I had to share Sergio's story, because I know that he expects for me to do something to help others, because he did that for everyone else. He was the person who took care of everyone in his family. If I ever needed a favor from him, I needed help from him, he just always said, what do you need and where? And that's why I'm sharing Sergio's story with you.